Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this episode of Wrestle Talk with Bear and B-Dub on another edition of B-Dub's Thoughts. Now, like I said, I'll be reviewing every WrestleMania. We are at WrestleMania 24. Big WrestleMania live in Orlando at the Citrus Bowl. 70,000 was in attendance. I remember me and Steve, we was over B. Ryan's house. And the first moment that sticks out to me, and I know he's already thinking about it before I even say it, was during the Money in the Bank match when Shelton Benjamin did a Summers when he was thrown. As JR would say, he's thrown straight to hell, because that's what it looked like. Yeah. I mean, he landed on his neck.
It's just like, if you pay attention to those opening DVDs when it says "Don't try this at home," that is, they mean it, because you know it may be planned, it may be practice, but you cannot practice getting thrown off a ladder onto another ladder onto the floor. That's
and he still finished the match.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
Well, you call finish the match on the ground? I mean,
finish.
Oh, wow, okay. I don't.
The only person ever to be carried out Money in the Bank was Edge.
Correct.
Shelton Benjamin got up.
Well, he didn't do too much after that.
Yeah, he didn't.
I mean, it's just,
he got up. But that was a good match. What else we had going into, you know, his boy CM Punk win that, and that would lead to his first title reign, whatever.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on. let's bring that back. You know, if we had a little office pool going in at that time, and I think you should say I thought he was going to win in the very beginning, before the match even started, before they even came out to that long. Remember how long they was?
Oh, the entrance.
Yeah. It was like you were basically walking a football field. Basically.
Oh yeah, because I remember we was looking at we saying wait till Triple H come out here, he gonna have to run to make it to the right part of his music.
Yeah, and you just CM Punk, I don't like what they're doing with him now, but back then he was edgy and he was different, and that's why some people didn't like him.
Yeah. Now, Kane and Chavo Guerrero, quickest match ever. I mean, what, 5 seconds? Chavo's looking around for Kane, turns around, boom, choke slam. Kane's new ECW champion.
The prestigious ECW.
Oh yeah,
champion. I might add.
Yeah, prestigious. So prestigious as undercard.
And they had a battle royal for it before. It wasn't even taped for the #1 contender. How do you have a battle royal for a heavyweight belt not taped?
But you can catch it on this Blu-ray. The first WrestleMania on Blu-ray.
Why? The prestigious ECW. That's like the prestigious light heavyweight belt.
Yeah. But then, you know, big match. Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair. Career-threatening match. Very
good match.
Yeah, it was very emotional. Ric Flair left the ring and boo-hooing. But it was still a good match for these two veterans. Well past their primes. Well, Shawn Michaels not well past his prime, but you know both of them
getting there.
Yeah, both of them was past their primes, and you know it was a great match, great skills. I really enjoyed it. At the time wasn't the biggest Shawn Michaels fan, but you know I really enjoyed the match. And one thing right here, this is why Triple H said what he said when he said that Shawn Michaels was very emotional, because he barely wanted to get Rick with the sweet chin music, and Rick kept telling him, come on, bring it. And when he did it, it was 1, 2, 3. But it was a good match, a lot of near falls and close calls.
Yeah. And if you go back and look at that match, and you go back to one of Nature Boy's Ricky Steamboat type of matches, I'm not saying it's equal to that, but you just amazed that this guy he was 60 something, and you can. My grandfather, before he died, God rest his soul, he was 60 something. I couldn't imagine him doing anything remotely like that. So for him to have that type of match, and
my father was almost 50. I can't imagine him wrestling.
I know my father. You know, you found new respect for that guy. I mean, I know he was past his prime, but he still had a good match.
Triple threat match for the WWE Championship. Wasn't the best match. It wasn't probably the most memorable match. It was good for its night. And that was between Randy Orton, Triple H, and John Cena. Your thoughts?
My thoughts about that is, I hate John Cena. He sucks. God bless you. He sucks.
That's how I feel about Cena. He sometimes makes me sneeze.
He's allergic to bullcrap about John Cena because he sucks.
Yeah, you know, they like to say Mania should only be one-on-one when it comes to the title matches and whatnot. This is an example. You could have had an Orton Cena. You could have had Orton Cena. Or you could have had an Orton Triple H match. Or, you know, not Triple H Cena, but definitely not. But you could have had just those two and it would have been a good match. Because this was Triple H's return to WrestleMania.
Yep.
So, you know, I like the ending though. I like Triple H hitting the pedigree, going for the 1-2, and then out of nowhere, blindsided. Great camera work. Whoever's out there did the camera work. Phenomenal job. That's the kind of work I want to do. Great, great job, and it was just phenomenal. 1, 2, 3. You didn't see it coming, and literally,
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it coming unless you were in the crowd that night. Floyd Money Mayweather versus The Big Show. What did you think about that one? It doesn't matter what you thought about that one. I always wanted to do that.
Like The Rock said, after 30 boring seconds of you trying to steal The Rock's lines, let The Rock say something. The Rock says that was just a load of crap match. But you know what? It was entertaining. It was face-filling.
It's so funny. It's just so funny.
How so?
Speaking of The Rock, that on this great night, his father and grandfather was inducted into the Hall of Fame.
When is he? That's another video. But
The Rock was there.
I said, when is he gonna?
Yeah, you know.
Eventually. But that match was, I mean, it was what it was. I mean, if you look at it, you know Big Show was gonna flop around and do something. In some way, Floyd Mayweather was gonna hit him some way, and he was gonna win the match. And really, if they were the same height, he probably would win. But since he's not,
they said Big Show said, you know, when they had that little bout at No Way Out on the night afterwards, that Floyd hit him so hard, he didn't realize he hit him 4 times.
Yeah, he only saw his fist cocked back 2 times.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. I was like,
and you just knew, he wasn't. You know, they was talking about he was risking a lot of money, especially they said the whole boxing world was on the edge. You remember him constantly saying it over and over again.
Yeah, but he got paid handsomely too. It was like in the millions.
Yeah.
I was like, for one match, for like what, 10 minutes of maybe the Big Show stepping on his arm. I was like,
but you know, Big Show just wasn't winning at WrestleMania, so this is another loss in his book. World Championship match, Edge and Undertaker. I thought it was a good match. Very solid. I was rooting for Edge, even though I knew he wasn't gonna win. But you know, it's one of the things you want to be different from everybody in the house. Big WrestleMania party, everybody's going for Undertaker. So
Undertaker's the man.
I thought it was a good one. But what was even better, I thought they had a really good match the next pay-per-view, which we were there at Backlash, and Undertaker won, but Edge was carried out on the stretcher. I was watching that pay-per-view also as I was doing my WrestleMania rounds. I looked at that pay-per-view. I was like, yeah, I remember that part.
But I'm not a big Edge fan, but he gained respect for me from that match. I mean, that's when the Undertaker started the Hell's Gate, and that's a new submission. I've never seen that, but until he did it, I was like, what the world is that?
Yeah, that looked like...
It hurts.
I think I could use that in a street fight.
Right. I mean, it's wow. I was like... And you saw things from Edge that showed you that he could stay with the Undertaker. You know, sometimes you could look at some Undertaker matches that he's carrying some of these people, and Edge was right there with him. And I applaud Edge because I'm not a big Edge fan. People know this. He's starting to grow on me a little bit. Because I still see him as the guy coming out of the stands with the glasses and you think you know me.
And for the benefits of flash photography.
Yeah, and all that. He was a gimmick to me, basically. He was all those tag team titles. Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah. You know, that's enough about WrestleMania 24. Like I said, a good one. The first one on Blu-ray.
First one.
So, you know, it's high definition at its finest. But, make sure you follow us on, check us out on Facebook. Follow us on, Twitter at Baron B Dub. Make sure you follow Steve at Stever1184. So, thank you for joining us on this episode. Up next, and our next episode will be WrestleMania 25. And, you know, I know 25 WrestleManias. That's Silver Edition. But we'll be back. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you check us out.